What's up? Hello. We're back with another video on my freaking paranormal channel. I have missed this channel. I've just been overwhelmed. I don't know if, most of you are here from my main channel, I think. So I think you know that we moved into a new house. So it's taken me a minute to get settled and do my main work, much less extra content for this channel, even though I really love this channel. But I thought that I would make my appearance back, be in the holiday spirit, and we would talk about some Christmas demons. Speaking of demons, it sounds like I have one in my room right now, but it's just my pocket bully snoozing and snoring. So excuse that, sorry. I'll put some creepy music in the background and hopefully that'll kind of disguise her snoring a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. So let's talk about, I actually want to talk about two Christmas demons. Ignore my band-aid, I cut my finger. So I want to talk about two Christmas demons actually. Obviously we know the traditional, you know, Krampus, right? This is his time. This is his time to shine. This is his season. But I actually want to talk about another Christmas demon that I have never heard of before. I've never heard him being talked about before. I've never seen anyone, no one that I follow anyway, talk about him, and he's really freaking creepy. I was just searching up like some Christmas demons or like Christmas folklore, and he came up and I'm like, why has no one made a video on him? He's fucking terrifying. So we're gonna talk about him and Krampus today because it is not the Christmas season without discussing the King Krampus. So, and if you haven't seen this movie, highly recommend. So we'll start with Krampus because he is, you know, the traditional Christmas demon that we all know and love. And then we're gonna talk about the other Christmas demon called Hans Trapp. So if you don't know who Krampus is for some reason, he is from Central European folklore. He is essentially a half goat, half demon. He has the horns of a goat. He has a long rolled up tongue that just drops out. He is very hairy and huge, and he has one human foot and one cloven hoof. He looks like a goat man, okay? He's terrifying. He is essentially the anti-Santa. So you have Santa who caters to all the good children and brings them gifts. Well, Krampus comes for the naughty children, and not in the sense that you're just gonna get some coal in your stocking. More so in the sense that him and his evil elves are gonna come snatch your ass up, put him in his back and drag you to hell. Yeah, he's got a Santa sack too, and you're going in it and he's dragging you to hell, or there's some other things he could possibly do to you. It's up to him. You won't know until you're in there. You know, you just won't know. It could even be as simple as he just smacks you with a birch stick. I mean, you don't know. You won't know. But he's a hybrid. He's a goat demon man. This is a scary story that parents would use to get their kids to behave for Christmas time. Now, Krampus has a specific day. He is said to come on the evening of December 5th every year, and you'll know that he's coming because you'll hear his chains rattling. He carries long, heavy chains, and they symbolize the binding of the devil by the Christian church. Sometimes the chains can have bells on them. You're gonna hear him. If you've ever seen the movie, you can hear him drop onto the roof. I mean, you can hear how, because he has one hoof and one foot, you can hear him stomping around, and you can hear his chains and his bells dragging, and it is a very creepy freaking sound. Now, he's either gonna throw you in his sack and drag you to hell. He sometimes drowns the naughty children, or he'll eat them. yeah, you just don't know. So be good. So there's also a celebration in his name called the Krampus Night. It's celebrated in parts of Europe on the evening of the 5th and then the day of the 6th. People will literally dress up as Krampus and terrorize the area. You're not safe in homes or businesses or in the streets. You're not safe anywhere. And they will actually hit you with their birch sticks. And I just don't think I would want to go to a celebration like that. That's kind of freaking weird. But hey, do what you do. I don't know. I'm more interested in the paranormal, you know, the demon folklore of it all. But yeah, they do actually have a whole Krampus like celebration thing where they do dress up like him. And then they have the regular Santas too, because they're known to like accompany one another, where Santa goes around and gives out all the presents to the good kids and Krampus snatches up and punishes the bad kids. So don't get on the naughty list. Okay, now I want to move on to the one that is not talked about as much. So let's talk about the Christmas boogeyman, or he's like a demon scarecrow, or his name is Hans Trapp. He was actually a knight. He lived from 1450 to 1503. He commanded 2 castles in the French-German territory. But he got into an argument with the church over property. He was very rich and very powerful and very greedy, and the riches and the power was just never enough, to the point that he actually turned to making deals with the devil to enhance his power. The Pope heard about this. He immediately excommunicated Trapp, Hans, and he was banished and all of his wealth was taken away. So this is when he became the Christmas boogeyman, or the Christmas scarecrow. So as a human, he is already a very awful, greedy, power-hungry person. I mean, he's a terrible person, and he just continues to get worse, especially when he gets banished. He gets banished and his only option is to now construct like a makeshift home in the mountains in Germany. So these conditions actually made him literally crazy, to the point that his insanity drove him to desire human flesh, specifically children. This is when he becomes the Christmas scarecrow. So because he knows he's a very scary looking man as it is, as a human man, he is very scary looking. No child is gonna wanna walk up to him and get anywhere near him, really, because he's just a terrifying dude. Like, he's a big, ugly dude. So his idea was to pretend to be a scarecrow. He would stuff his sleeves with straw, go and set up on like an inactive road, like a lonely, empty road. Unfortunately, he didn't have to wait that long to draw a child, because a 10-year-old boy actually ended up stumbling across him. He was a shepherd's boy, and Hans ended up stabbing him with a stick. He took him back to his lair, prepared him, and try not to be too graphic. But before he could eat him, he was struck by lightning and killed, which is how he ended up becoming the Christmas demon. Now remember, he got so greedy before he got excommunicated that he was making deals with the devil. So he was a very evil, vile human. So what do we think he's gonna be after he's freaking killed? Terrible, awful entity. So today, the children are warned about the evil Hans Trapp spirit, that if they don't behave, the parents have turned it into like a Krampus thing. Like, if you don't behave, he will visit you as a scarecrow and, you know, eat you. And the legend does say that he now goes door to door on Christmas looking for a yummy child to eat. So yes, that is pretty gross and disgusting. And the fact that, I mean, there's one thing, there's Krampus, who's just folklore, but this spirit, this Christmas scarecrow that may visit on Christmas looking for children, was actually a real person, and therefore could definitely be a real entity that goes around, you know, trying to be as horrible as he was in real life. That's even scarier because it was literally inspired by a real person who really did these things. So that's even more terrifying to me than Krampus. Krampus is just a myth. Although, I mean, we believe in demons around here. I'm just saying. But Krampus is more so of a myth, a legend. This entity was literally inspired by a real human. And who's to say that he's not actually doing that, you know? So again, behave. I hope you really enjoyed these stories. I thought it was really interesting. I've never heard of him. It was pretty freaking creepy. So if you did enjoy it, please let me know in the comments below. Also, you know, like, share, subscribe, do all of the things, and let me know what other paranormal content you would like to see. Is there any cases or stories or anything, or legends or folklore or anything that you know about that I may have not heard about that you'd like me to do a video on? Let me know below. Thank you for watching, and you know, stay creepy.